Hello there, this is Andrew. So this video is going to be all about how to help you with your phone, your computer, all your other devices. It's going to take you from 0 to 100 in half the time it would if you're trying to learn this on your own. It's what I wish I had when I first got a computer, all that stuff. And I'm going to be giving you the fishing pole, right? And I'm also going to be giving you some fishes along the way. So what are you going to get out of this? You're going to learn how to improve your tech skills, how to solve problems quickly. And no, this isn't going to be super hard. I'm going to give you tools that are going to make this so easy. You're going to be amazed. Where to go for help. So you can go to groups and you can ask up in these groups what's important when buying tech, right? So what is like RAM, gigabytes, what kind of computer should I get, what kind of printer, all that stuff. Never have to worry about passwords again. How would you like that, right? How to protect your computer, how to avoid scams, not just computer scams, but phone scams as well. How to use programs like Word, Excel. So a lot of people are pretty scared about using Excel, or not scared. It just sounds so hard and difficult. I'm going to show you some tools that will make it so much easier. It's going to be great. Okay. You're going to be a master. If you want to be good at Excel, you can get great at it, and it'll be enjoyable. All right. Keyboard shortcuts. So I know, very well, probably about 5 keyboard shortcuts. And then there's like a few others that I know, but they have saved me like hundreds of hours. I want to say, maybe I'm exaggerating, but probably hundreds of hours of time. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around. All right, you've stuck around. You want the goods, and I'm gonna deliver the goods to you right now. All right, so let's get into it. Why listen to me? Okay. Well, I've been using computers pretty much my whole life, and I've even built an app. If you're interested, here's the app. Built it with JavaScript. There's a little backend. You can click states. It tells you the weather. Oh, look, it even has validation. Isn't that cool? So I know about stuff, right? Okay, so let's get into it. How do you solve general tech problems? So this is just, general advice. You're having trouble with your computers, just kind of start here. Sometimes if you're having trouble, you just unplug it, plug it back in. This is that kind of information, right? Step one, update your stuff. Okay, if you're having trouble with your computer, just update it, right? Your computer, your phone, your other devices. Okay, and if you don't update your stuff, it leaves your stuff vulnerable to hackers. So important to do. Number two, get a computer monitor, right? It's gonna make your life so much easier. You're gonna be able to have two different windows open at the same time. Look, I could have two windows here easily, and you'll see along the way why this is even more important, right? So you could also use like a TV monitor if you wanted to, but definitely just like get a monitor, hook it up to your computer so you just have more real estate to work with. And where can you get those? Don't worry, I've just supplied them right here. Costco has them, Amazon, Best Buy. Just look for a great return policy if you can. Step three, find a course and a group for your device. So you'd be surprised, on Facebook, there's a group for like everything. And if you don't find a group on Facebook, there's other groups online where you can go to. So there's, groups for Mac, group for Windows, for phones, for tablets, for like all kinds of things. So you'll be in good hands, right? And if you want the place I go for courses is Udemy for the most part. And if I can't find it on Udemy, I'll go to YouTube. And YouTube is actually usually where I find the instructors for Udemy. And there's a few other places you can go to learn how to use whatever you have. All right. And I mentioned Facebook groups, so that's good. And here are some resources. And you'll get the PDF, so don't worry about all this. But like I've really, I'm giving you the what do you call it, the fish right now. So here's all the, like, courses that I recommend. So if you have a Mac computer, then you can take this course to learn how to use your Mac. Or you can go here or here or here or here, right? If you don't want to pay the $20, oh my gosh, so expensive, then you can go over here. And if you have a Windows computer, how do you learn how to better use that? And one thing I want to say, it's not it's not always intuitive using a computer. Some people see other people just effortlessly use computers and think that, well, if I'm not effortlessly using my computer, something's wrong with me. I don't think that's the case. I think there's something to be said for learning, from a course on how to use your computer properly. There's lots of things on my Mac that I don't even know how to use, and I think I could benefit from. So don't feel like you're stupid if you have to like take one of these courses, right? You're not stupid. Windows computer courses, right? We got Udemy, Skillshare, blah 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 blah. iPad courses. So you want to learn how to use your iPad? Well, here you go. You can take these courses. iPhone, take these courses. Android, you get the picture, right? And if you want to learn how to use your smart TV, I didn't find a course for using your smart TV, but what you can do is you can, go to YouTube. YouTube has all kinds of videos that can help you troubleshoot. All right, so we talked about courses. Step 4, learn how to touch type. That's kind of interesting. Like what is touch typing? So that's learning how to type on your keyboard without looking at it. There's these like little buttons where your index fingers go, and you start there, and then you take a course like this. It's a free course, and you learn how to type. It's going to save you so much time learning how to touch type. Yeah, it'll take a little while to learn, but man, does this thing pay dividends. It is an investment, all right? Investment. Just try it, even if you get like a few more words faster per minute, like it's going to just totally make you more efficient. Just use AI already, okay? So some people are kind of afraid about artificial intelligence. I've been using it for a while. It hasn't tried to take over my house or anything. It's only just been helpful for me, okay? Uh, and to see how powerful it is, look at this. AI passed the bar exam by a significant margin. And here's the article, right? It's insane. Yeah, latest version of ChatGPT is the artificial intelligence. It aces the bar exam. Crazy. So, how do I use it? I don't use it to. What I use it for is day-to-day tasks. So maybe I'm like comparing what kind of sunglasses to buy, and I'll like copy an article online that has different sunglasses, and I'll say, "Hey, ChatGPT, give me a list. Just list the top ones or something like that." But for the most part, I'll use it for tech problems. So I'll put code into ChatGPT, and then it'll help me solve those issues. So what are you waiting for? Go grab it. It's free. You just create an account and you start using it. Here, I'll show you what it does right now. Let's check it out. Dear ChatGPT, um, let's see. Reddit, best sunglasses. This is really what I do if I'm looking for a product. Looking to buy some sunglasses. Check it out. Okay. All right. And now we got all these recommendations. Here, let me be smart in how I copy. Okay, I'm not being smart. All right. So I just copied, here's some recommendations for glasses. And I'm just going to pop it in here. Move this thing or hide it actually. Okay. I just popped it into here. Plus I'm hitting shift and then enter to create some space for me to write something at the bottom. I'm going to say, give me a list of all the top sunglasses rated from best to worst. Boom. Oh, I got to scroll down a little bit. Okay. Look, bam, that just saved me so much time. Now I don't have to like go, slog through this article trying to find what's the best one. It's like right now, here I go. Maui Jim, Ray-Ban, Oakley. There we go. How easy was that? And okay, let's say how do I solve here? We're gonna go back actually to here because I'm gonna show you this next part using ChatGPT. Okay, so we just talked about general how to solve general tech problems. Now we're gonna go into how to solve like specific technical problems. Like you're having some issue with Google Photos, you're having some issue with your email, right? So this is how you take care of the specific problems. First, understand the problem. You really got to wrap your mind around like what problem exactly am I having before you move on, right? If you if you can't explain your problem to your grandma, to your kid, then the internet's not going to be able to help you. And ChatGPT might, I mean, it might be able to help you, but it's going to take a while. So really try to think about what your problem is. Okay. If you can describe the problem in as much detail in your head, you're probably good to go. Okay. Now, the second question is ask the internet, ask ChatGPT, ask Google, ask YouTube. So we'll just go in that order. So let's say I have some photos and I need to organize them. I need to create a folder in Google Photos. All right. So how do I create a folder in Google Photos to organize my photos? Question, answer. Doesn't support traditional folder structure. All right. Uses albums. All right, that's the answer. So I got to use albums. And then it tells me exactly how to do it. How to create an album. Boom. It just answered my question. Okay. What if you don't get an answer there? You go to Google. Pop it in here. Here's the question. I hit control copy, control paste, by the way, when I did that. Or command copy, I should say. I'm on a Mac. So how do I create folders? Let's see, Google Photos, Google Photos, Google Photos. Can you create folders for albums? Here's a good answer right there. And then the next thing would be YouTube. So we go to YouTube and we pop the question in. For here, I'll just pop it in, but usually I'll just say like organize photos, Google Photos, because it's kind of a long question. Here we go, organizing old photos with Google Photos, and it's a full tutorial with videos and probably graphics. So you're set, right? Okay, we got that. And example, I showed you an example with Google Photos. You could do the same if how to set up a Hulu account, questions like that, all right? The next thing, once you figure out how to solve your problem, if it's like if it's something you could remember pretty easily, then you don't really need to do this part. But if it was a hard process of solving your problem, just do yourself a favor and record it in a Google Doc. All right. So look at, I just, I'm just creating a new Google document right now. And then you just record it. So I had a problem organizing my photos. You give it the title, boom, organizing my photos, and then you just oops, not that. Organizing photos. You get the picture. See, you write down the answer in here. Okay. All right, going back. So you record the solution because, one day, 3 months from now, you might have that same issue. And do you want to look it all back up again and suffer again? You know, you've just captured, your territory. You don't want to have to pay for it again, right? I think that was a line from Patton somewhere. Okay. What kind of equipment to buy? Ooh, how fun. New computers, new phones, new printers? Okay. So there's a few things across the board that you want, at least in my opinion, from a Mac and a Windows computer. So for hard drive space, hard drive, it's about, how much stuff can you have on your computer, right? How many programs, how many photos, all that stuff. I would say have at least 500 gigabytes. Just do it. If you can, try to get a terabyte. Like I have 500 gigabytes right now, and I wish I had a terabyte. And I'm not a photographer either. So if you're a photographer, you definitely want at least like a terabyte. RAM. So RAM is what lets you have multiple things open on your computer, and it just makes things a lot faster for your computer. My computer is 8 gigabytes. I wish I had more. So I would try to shoot for at least 8 or more gigabytes of RAM, random access memory. And then I would say, I would go for new over used. Some people are comfortable getting used, but I feel like I'm already spending so much money. I don't want to take the chance that it's a dud. So if you do buy used, just make sure you get a good return policy if possible. All right. So, but for Windows, some people ask, okay, what about the security issues? I hear they get like, you need some kind of software to protect against that stuff. Well, Windows Defender, I hear it tends to come stock with Windows. I hear it's pretty good, so it might be enough, okay? But if you find you're getting all kinds of spam and things like that, my IT buddy, Simon, he's like a server, he's like a coder guy, he knows like all about Windows. He says Defender is not very good at catching malware and then scripts can bypass it. So his suggestion is ESET or ESET. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's you have to pay for it. But a lot of these PC wizards and masters, they seem to swear by this. So I would just get ESET. If you have any issues with Mac computers, I got some good news. You don't need anything. At least I haven't. So you're set. iPhone and Android phones. So what do you want to look for when you're getting one of these? So this is kind of my preference, but I think, a lot of people would benefit from just always going with unlocked phones. So unlocked phones means you can use different carriers. So you're not locked into Verizon, you're not locked into T-Mobile. You can put SIM cards in your phone, things like that. And why do you care about SIM? What even is a SIM? So let's say you want to go to Europe, right? You can use your phone from the US, but if you want to use the same carrier that you have in the US, expect to pay a lot more than you would if you just get a local SIM card from one of those European areas. So like France or Germany, Netherlands, right? The SIM cards are going to be way cheaper than using your mobile carrier plan, most likely, right? Especially if you're staying for, more than 2 weeks in Europe. So do yourself a favor, get an unlocked phone. Right. The second thing is memory. I would shoot for at least 32 gigabytes. I have 16 and it's painful. Just do 32. All right. So 32 gigabytes of memory, that means like how much stuff can you put, how many apps can you have on your phone at one point? I would just go new. I wouldn't bother with used for the same reason as the computers above. Better to buy at the store because the reps can set everything up for you. It's tough for me to set up stuff on my phone, and I have tons of experience. So, just do yourself a favor. It's free usually. So once you buy the phone, just have the reps set everything up. Okay. Which carrier to pick? It depends. It depends what area you're in. And there's this really handy tool called Cell Mapper where you enter in exactly where you live and then you can toggle between different carriers like Verizon and T-Mobile and see which one has the best coverage. Easy as that, right? There's no guesswork. There's no like, oh, my cousin Tom said that this was great. No, you just go here and it's pretty much tells you what you need. How accurate it is, it's the best I could find, you know. But, so there you go. iPhones, Androids, phones. Printers. What printers to buy? So I've heard a lot of great thing about Brothers printers, and I use this site called Reddit. You saw me use it earlier. Reddit's nice because it's usually it's not a bunch of like people with affiliates. It's just regular people who are making these comments. It's not people as biased, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but if I just search for like best computer on Google, I might not get um, transparent answers. But on Reddit, I think there's like a little bit more honesty about certain products, so that's where I usually go. Brothers are great. Canons are good if you want to be printing. Uh, if you're a photographer and you want to print the photos, I would say Canon is definitely a good one. So there's an issue with ink these days. If you buy new printers, you typically need to go on a subscription for the ink. So just keep that in mind and shoot for good return policies as usual. Smart TVs, I like Samsungs and LGs. They're pretty much all smart TVs these days are fine. Like they seem very nice. And if you can, I would just get one from Costco because they have great return policies. Okie dokie. So, how do you not lose precious data, right? You have all these important photos on your computer. You have all kinds of data. You might have, financial, legal documents, stuff you really don't want to lose. And I'm sorry to say, sometimes your computer can just die and you could lose all that. Or maybe there's a fire and it's destroyed. Do you really want to take the chance? Do you really? And I would say, don't take the chance, because there's some affordable options here. So computer backup. What this does is it takes like a snapshot of your computer, like everything, and saves it somewhere away from your computer. So if your computer just like explodes in a burning ball of fire, you're okay. So iDrive, as this is what I personally use, and it's right here. It costs me not that much, and I think every year it's like $100 a year, so eight probably $8 a month. It's pretty nice to me. Backblaze is a little bit more expensive, and the upside of that is that it's like it does it a little faster. It'll push your data to the cloud faster. Okay. Why don't I use iCloud instead? Right? Because that's kind of free, unless you're storing a lot of information on it, like more than the free will accommodate. The reason is because it's more of a syncing tool, not a backup. And you can learn more about that here. And the thing is, syncing only tends to save a portion of your data, but I want everything. So that's why I do backups. Um, iCloud might help you in a pinch, but you know, I think it's worth going with something more professional. Okay, now the same thing could apply for phones. Like you might have information on your phone that you don't want to be. Um, I think it's a lot easier to lose your phone or have the phone get destroyed than the computer. The computer tends to just like live at home. So if you want to save your picture somewhere, I would suggest pCloud. I haven't used it myself yet. I use Google Photos here. But I just like the idea of pCloud a lot better because it's less, Google just kind of looks at everything. I'd rather have pCloud that is a little bit more secure than that. So those are two options. All right. How to never worry about passwords again, right? So if you're like me, you probably had a list somewhere, and then you made the password something you could try to remember, right? And they'd kind of have like a general pattern, right? So it'd be like your name and then some numbers or something, or like your dog's name, and it would be like super short, right? Like something funny, like dog 185, like your birth year or something. The truth is that is just such a terrible password. Please don't do that. It's so easy for people like to guess that or crack it with their hacking skills, and especially if you're putting it on something like a bank. Please do yourself a favor and get strong passwords. And what does a strong password look like? It looks like that. That's a strong password. It's something you'll never remember, and that's okay. You're thinking, wait, what? I if I can't remember it, I shouldn't use it as a password. Wrong. The answer is password managers can help you with that. How does that work? So a password manager, and here's it right here. Here's my password manager. It's called Bitwarden. You don't have to get it. I suggest it though, because I use it and it worked great. So the beauty of this is I enter one password in here, and that's it. I only have to remember one password my whole life, right? Okay, maybe two passwords. But I enter one password here, and then I can access all the crazy passwords that I could never remember. Pretty crazy, huh? You think, how does all that work? Okay. Um, well, let me just tell you the benefits first of all. It gives me peace of mind. I have all my passwords in one place, right? I'm never gonna lose them, right? So if my computer blows up, my phone blows up, this isn't gonna blow up. This is securely stored in the cloud, right? And I also have it here on my dock. So I could even go onto your computer right now. I could go onto your computer right now, type in bitwarden.com, and get my passwords. So no matter where I am in the world, like I'll always have safe, secure access to the passwords, which is awesome. And here are two of them. Bitwarden and 1Password. Okay, you might be thinking, yeah, but my browser saves passwords. Why don't I just use that? Okay, um, there's way better security with these than that. The second is ease of use. It's a lot easier to just click here, um, than you use the browser-based passwords, because the browser-based password is just based off that browser, right? So if you're in Google Chrome, it only work there. So if you try to go to Firefox or try to go to Safari or some other browser, you'd have to, get their password manager. So you'd have like all these different password managers, things like all over the place. It's just kind of cleans everything up, puts it in one central place. All right. More features. So I don't know if you've done this, and I forgive you if you have, but you don't send passwords with an email. It's not safe. They can be easily intercepted. So this tool allows you to send passwords securely to people. It's very good at that. All right. So do yourself a favor, get this, right? So I say get a password manager and don't lose the password. So you write it down, you tape it inside a secure box like an Altoid tin, and you're good to go. And also keep it where you keep your social security card. Or you can even go one step further and you can engrave it on a metal wallet like this. Here, I'll show you real quick. So here you go. You got like a little pen and you can just engrave it into here. So that way, even if your house burns down, you still might be able to have your password because you've engraved it on metal, right? So that way you won't feel nervous, like, oh, what if I lose my password? It's like, well, you've engraved it on metal. It's like, it has a pretty good chance of making it. All right. And then you use the password manager. So I got this at first, and it took a while to like get used to using it, and I would still kind of go to my old bad techniques. Sometimes I would like put a password in a notebook or something. Just use the password manager when you go to a new website, when you sign up for some new thing, go ahead and enter the new password into here. So you might be wondering how this password manager thing works. So what you do is you enter your master password, and then you'll have access to all of those passwords that you can never guess, that you can never remember. And each of those passwords, those really long strings that no one could crack pretty much, they'd all be connected to whatever they're associated with. So if it's like Hulu, you'd have like a Hulu password there. If it was Gmail, you'd have a Gmail password there, etc., etc. And it'd be really easy to search. So if you have more questions about how it works, just, type in Bitwarden, and there's videos. Go to YouTube, type in Bitwarden. You'll figure it all out. It'll be great. I highly recommend getting one of these things. Okay. Now, how to learn any computer program. Think Excel, think Word, Photoshop, InDesign, you name it. So here's how I approach it. So I'll take a course and I'll join a group. When you take the course, often there'll be a group that's associated with the course, but if there's not, you can join one as well. And the reason I join a group is because if I have a question, sometimes the course doesn't answer it, and I can go to the group. And the group is usually pretty nice. They'll answer the questions fairly well, and it's, totally free. So why not avail yourself of these free groups? And you can find them, in Facebook groups, right? But if for some reason you don't find the course that you need below here, again, you can go to YouTube and, Google might have courses as well. All right. So let's say you're one of those people who I want to learn Excel, I want to learn Google Sheets. So here are my recommendations for courses on that. So for Excel, you got this course. For Google Sheets, you have this course. So Google Sheets is basically the Google version of Excel. Okay. And then there's Facebook groups that have all kinds of answers. So there's zero reason for you not to succeed in Google Sheets or Excel. you have a group here that's going to give you answers to all your questions. And you also have these courses. And by the way, Udemy, the course instructors typically answer your questions. And if they don't, it's probably not a good course. So you're set. You are totally set. And the same for Microsoft Word. Oh, you're struggling with Microsoft Word? Oh, you're struggling with Google Docs, but and these are kind of similar. Here are some courses for that. And so on and so forth. So Photoshop, Google Workspace. So if you're having trouble with your Gmail, trouble with, and then just in general Google stuff like Google Docs, Google Slides, Google presentations, whatever. Here's a Udemy course for that. Here's Facebook group for that. And then, all the Microsoft Office suite, Office 365, Word, PowerPoint, Outlook. Here's my recommendations. Okay. This is awesome, right? You're going to be so much better at using these programs if you just invest like in one of these courses, and they're not expensive. They're $20 at most on Udemy. And if they're more, wait. You got to wait maybe a week and then the price will go down. That's been my experience. Email clients. So what's that? I have a lot of people who have trouble with email. So I just wanted to give a few recommendations. So email clients, Mac Mail, Outlook, Spark, Thunderbird, they're all ways of interacting with your mail. They make it easier. So you could have lots of email accounts on one email client and you wouldn't have to go to separate accounts. You could just handle everything in one place. There's one source of truth. Okay, with that said, Mac Mail, it's a free kind of mail client on Mac. It's not, in my opinion, it's not that great. Sometimes, it's hit or miss. Sometimes it can be great. Sometimes it's not. I don't like it. So I've been using Spark, and it's right here, Spark Desktop. You got to pay. If you really want to enjoy it, you got to pay. That's the bottom line. The same thing for this. This is probably what I'll move. If I have to pay, I'll probably be getting Fastmail. So here are two great suggestions. All right. How to avoid scams. So if you've been scammed, I feel you. I've been scammed as well. It doesn't feel good. I feel like an idiot when I get scammed. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I just said that. Or, I can't believe I gave him this information. I'm so stupid. So, these people are really good. They're really good at tricking people. So I've just I've just written down some rules, right? That that'll help you be able to not get scammed. And I think these are some pretty good practices that will help you avoid 90% of scams. So the first are computer scams. So the first is keeping your software up to date. If you keep your software up to date, you're a lot less likely to get scammed by people. It's when you don't update your software that these scammer people can creep in and start messing with you. So keep your software up to date. Don't visit shady websites. I'll let you use your imagination to guess what sites those are. Step 3, search first. Don't be pressured, right? So what scammers want you to do is they want you to take some action. They want you to click, they want you to call, they want you to purchase. They want you to do something. So what I would suggest is don't do those things. If you see something and it's like asking, especially if it's asking for personal information, just step back, right? And then what I want you to do is I want you to copy what it says, right? I mean, try not to click into whatever it is showing, whatever is showing, but just write down like in a separate thing, right? Here, I'm going to do it right now. So let's say I just got some pop-up says, hey, download this thing right now. Your computer is compromised. So what I'm going to do is, hey, I just got a message that says, download this. Actually, I'm not going to do a quote. Download this. My computer is compromised. Right? And then see, is this a real notification? Is this like really coming from my system, from legitimate actors? Your computer's compromise alert is a malicious push notification. Right there, that's your answer. No, that's a scam. Oops, let's go back. Okay. So search first. Before you do anything, search it. That's numero uno. And don't be pressured. You don't have, oh, 10 more minutes and your computer is going to be locked down. Uh, yeah, probably unlikely. Okay. Maybe in some cases, but still, I would say search first. All right. Avoiding phone scams. So, step one is never disclose personal information to unknown callers. So, if you get a call and it's not associated with anyone in your phone book or anything like that, then don't give your name. Just say, hello, who is this? That's it. And if they say, well, what's your name? If they're trying to get information from you, in that case, you can say, hey, you know, please give me your name first because I see this is a unverified call or I don't know who's calling. So please give me your name first and tell me why you're calling. Just do that first. Don't give your information, not even your name, not even your name. Just say, hello, who is this? Right. And if they keep pushing you for information, then it might be a scam. And if they pretend to be the police, a charity, etc., and ask for personal information, it's probably a scam, right? Because this is from the FTC, Federal Trade Commission. Government agencies won't call to confirm your sensitive information. Or I repeat, government agencies won't call you to confirm your sensitive information. So if someone's pretending to be the government or something like that, asking for your personal information, this is what you say. You say, sorry, I don't feel comfortable supplying you with that information. Goodbye. You just be polite. Say, hey, I'm sorry, I don't feel comfortable supplying you with that information. Bye. And then you hang up. Done. And you haven't lost any money. How about that? Step two, report the fraud. If you hang up the phone and then later you can like research, is this maybe write down what they asked you. There's like different kinds of scams. You can write down the scenario in Google and determine if it was like a scam or not. Probably was. And if it was a scam, then you can go here to FTC and report it. Or if that's too much trouble, you can just go to the do not call registry and just put that number up in there. Okay. But let's say you just get like persistent scam calls all the time. Then you can use a service called RoboKiller, um, which can help you stop those. It's not perfect, but I think it could probably help quite a bit. You do have to pay, but might be worth it. All right, so we're coming to the end of this. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you're getting a lot of value. So this is the most useful keyboard shortcuts for me, and I think this is probably apply for a lot of people. So this could be a lot of basic stuff for some people, but maybe this is new to you and you could really benefit. So copy and pasting. So for Mac, it's Command C is to copy. So let's give an example. Copy me. So I'm going to highlight this, Command C. And now I'm going to press Command V, copy me. And for Windows, it's Control C, Control V. Right. Undo. Oh my gosh, this is a game changer. So let's take a look. Undo me. And now I'm going to press Command Z. Command Z. Wow. I just undid let's say it's a mistake. Oh, I made a mistake. Look, it even spelled it wrong. Command Z. Done. I use that on a regular basis. Undo the undo. So let's say you thought it was a mistake, but it actually wasn't. Look, I spelled it right. So let's say, oh, I undid it because I thought it was a mistake, but now actually it wasn't a mistake. I want to go back. So what you do is press Command Shift Z for Mac. Command Shift Z. Command Shift Z. We're back. How cool. For Windows, I think it's Control Y. Paste without formatting. Oh, I love this. Okay. So let's say you have this really great quote. Let's see, quote from who's a quotable person? Socrates. Here we go. And I'm going to copy this. The true wisdom is knowing that you know nothing. I'm going to press Command C. as in cat. Okay. Now I could just paste it, Command V, but look at the formatting is actually different. So here we got Poppins, here we got Roboto. See up here? Poppins, Roboto. Now I could do that, but I want it to be in the same format as the rest of my document. So that here's what you do. So I'm going to press enter. And now I'm going to press Command Shift V. Command Shift V. And now this is in Poppins. Poppins. Wait, is it? Is it not? Let me go back here. And Shift V. Oh, I thought it would work. Oh, that's funny. Let's go back here, copy it again. Something funny's happening here. Because this always used to work. Aha, I think it did it now. Okay. So now it's in Poppins. So I copied it, it was in Roboto there, and then I did Command Shift V, and now it's in Poppins. Very useful, in my opinion. Now, search for text on a page. This is, oh my gosh, you're gonna love this. So let's give an example. Search for text on a page. Let's say you're looking for a boogie board. Boogie board. Boogie. I gotta spell it right. Boogie board. No, that's not a boogie board. Let's say surfboard. That's a little easier to write. Surfboard. All right. Now we'll go to this surfboard trading company. Ah, yeah, here we go. Let's say it's a short board. So I'm going to go to, right, you don't want to just pick any surfboard. You want a short board. So we go, okay, it already says short boards. Darn. Let me just try it in here. So here's the trick. Command F. So this is going to let me search this whole page for any words, right? So I'm going to put short board and then enter. Okay, I'm not finding anything. Let's say, okay, maybe I want to look for a longboard. Aha, longboards. And then I can toggle through them. Longboard, 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 longboard. Maybe there's skateboards, or maybe there's a beanie. No, maybe there's a skateboard. Okay, there's not a skateboard. Let's do a fun board. Okay, no. But you saw, like, if I type in longboard, it'll help me find it. Very useful. I use this all the time. Great. Search a whole website. Okay, this is next level stuff. So what we're gonna do is, let's say you're looking for a ceramic mug, and you know the site that it's on. You know you have it in your target that this mug is going to be on this website. You know it's there, but you just couldn't find that page. You just didn't know. Okay, it's okay. So what you're going to do is this. So first you're going to find the URL for that page, and in this case it's going to be healthceramics.com, and this is what you're going to put it in your search. I'm going to do it right now. You're going to say site colon, and then you're going to enter ceramics, healthceramics.com, whatever the URL is. And then in quotes, it's important that this be in quotes. You're going to type mugs. Press enter. And now all the results are just from Health Ceramics, just that one website. And it's giving you all of the pages that have the word mug on there. Okay? Isn't that cool? And then you could do a different one. Let's say it was a cup that you were looking for. Where was that cup? Look at all the pages with cup. So cool. All right. Easily highlight lots of items. This is great. So when I used to do highlighting, I would do this. I would just left click and then drag. But if it's like a really long page, it can be cumbersome to do that. So here's the trick. Left click, hold shift, left click at the end of what you want to highlight. Done. All right. And I believe this trick works with Windows as well. Take a screenshot. So to take a, let's say you found that longboard that you really like, right? Let's say longboard, surfboard, and let's go to the here. Let's say you found one, and it's in. It'll come. Don't worry. It's the Stewart. Oh my gosh, I love the Stewart. So what you want to do? Uh-oh, got an ad. Is Command Shift 4. So watch my see my mouse here. So I like hit Command Shift 4, and now I have this little target, and then I click and drag. I left clicked, and now I'm dragging, and then I let go. And once I let go, it's gonna save it. So I let go. Well, I'm not gonna let go because I don't want to copy it to my computer, but it'll copy it to your computer. Okay. And there's a different shortcut for Windows, which is hold on, print screen, Alt print screen. It's actually this one, Shift Windows key S. I think that's the one. Okay. And then the other trick is, let's say, because when I do that, it's actually going to save it somewhere on my computer, and then I have to go find it on my computer to share it. What's easier, in my opinion, is to do you copy this, but you copy it to the clipboard. Remember, like when I would highlight something and press Command C, it would copy it to a clipboard, and then I'd press Command V to paste it. So that's what we're going to do here. And to do that, it takes 4 keys. So it's going to be Command, Control, Shift, 4. And now I have the same thing, and I do the same thing again. So left click, drag. And then when I copy it, it just copied it. And then I'm going to come here, and then I can say paste. Boom, how easy was that? Okay, that's it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Shoot me a question if you have any questions, and I'll provide you this PDF if you like. So just hit me up. Cheers.